Oh my god. this oh, I thought I was so smart. I know that I look weird, but I'm going to explain to you why I look like I have just had a chemical peel. But I thought that this video I'm doing, there is going to be 2 parts in the video. So I just got the feeling like, ooh, I want to do a face mask. And I stood there and I picked out one I haven't used, and it's the Body Shop Amazonian Acai Energizing Radiance Mask. And I looked at it and it was like, ooh, looks like strawberry jam or something. And I thought I could have this on while I do the first part, because that's not going to be very long. And then I looked in the mirror and I'm like, this looks like a chemical peel gone wrong. When I look up close, oh please no hair, it looks like I played with yam. But when I look in the camera, it looks disgusting. So I'm going to try to be quick so you don't have to look at this. Then I'm going to wash it off. And today we are doing what I have been doing for like all my videos now, it feels like. I'm going to start a new series, and this series I have not come up with myself, of course. No ideas are unique. I have seen a lot of people do this now, and that's why I thought of it, but I have seen this go around, you know, the first time I was on YouTube, like 10 years ago or something. So I'm so sorry if I should be crediting someone. I will look into it. If I can find someone that everyone else is crediting, I'm going to put it down below so no one gets mad at me. It's starting to tickle. Let's put it down here. But yeah, so this, I have named this series because I'm not just doing the video that everyone else is doing. I'm making this a series. I'm sorry. And I'm calling it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because today we're going to talk about if I could only pick 5. That's the, you know, the nature of this series. And today it's all makeup. You know, if I could only pick 5 things to take with me and be happy. I would not be happy if I can only pick 5 things. But you know what I mean. Well, now it's starting to feel like I'm a burn victim. So yeah, so I'm going to show you, but I'm not just going to show you the 5 I can choose. I'm not watched all the other people's videos, so maybe they do exactly the same, I don't know. But I'm going to show you if I could only keep 1 and show you which one I would have picked, because I think it's easy to pick. This was very easy for me either way, but I think it's easy to pick, you know, 5 things. But if you can only pick 1, and then you could only pick 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to add. And like I said, I'm going to try to be very brief because my face burns. And the first thing I'm going to show you is the reason I look like I've also been through 7 tough years. And if I could only choose 1 makeup product, I would choose mascara. Because if, you know, I could put on everything else, but if I don't have mascara, it will not look good, in my opinion. Ooh, it burns. But yeah, energizing it was. And right now, my favorite mascara is from Colourpop. I don't like that the print comes. I don't know if you can see this, but it's very easy to scrape off, and I'm very careful with my stuff. But yeah, that's a thing. And this is black on black, the black one. This is excellent. I never get black crumbles down under the eye or anything. The only problem I have with this is it is a pain to take off. It's not supposed to be a waterproof mascara, I think, but it looks like this. And I have used makeup remover, like yesterday I used it 2 times, and I thought I got everything off, and then I wake up and it looks like this, and I have used it again and it still looks like this. So it's really hard to take off, especially if you do it like I do, and sometimes don't do it before you go to sleep. But yeah, I would much rather have the struggle when I'm taking it off than having the struggle when I have it on. And it's really easy to apply, and it's so cheap. I think it's like $8. I think that is cheap anyway. So if I can only pick one makeup item, I would go with a mascara. But I must say that the thing that is next on my list is really the thing that makes a big deal for me. But I can't choose that first because it will look ridiculous if I don't have the mascara. And the second thing I would choose, I just had it, would be eyeliner. Liquid eyeliner. And I would choose NYX Epic Ink Liner. It's the best eyeliner I have ever used. And I have used eyeliner for more than 10 years. More than 10 years. And I used to have the Kat Von D Triple Liner as my favorite, but now it's this. This is my second one because they last forever. The only thing that is bad is that, I don't know if you can see it, but the bristles are pointing up, so after a while, so you have to be careful with that, but otherwise. And I have a backup of this. I always, look, it looks like I'm bleeding. Ah! Am I going to get, is it called demonetized? Sorry, no. But I always do a winged eyeliner or a winged liner. I don't feel like myself if I don't do it. I know a lot of people say you don't have to do it with every look and it doesn't go with every look. Well, so it is like that with all the stuff, okay? And I want a winged eyeliner, and don't come for me. So if I have these two, I will feel like a person. But if I could, you know, the third thing I have is, you know, if I had these three, I would also feel like, okay, I will be fine. And the third thing is my concealer. I would, you know, choose a concealer no matter what, because I get, you know, pimples and stuff. I don't use concealer for under the eye if I'm not like in a fancy mood or something. I would really need it right now though. This is the Makeup Forever, and it has also teared away all. The brand, you can't see which brand this is. But this is the Full Cover Creme de Camouflage Extreme Waterproof. And there are 15 milliliters in this, so there's a lot. So I could, if I had to use this as a foundation as well, it would be very expensive. But I could if I wanted to. But if I could just cover up, you know, some of the mess, I would be fine. So these three things are my top three things. Oh, what an unnecessary thing to say. My fourth thing. The four things that I'm going to show you first are the easiest ones, because I knew right away I would choose those. And the fourth thing, God, that's so hard to say, is my Linda Hallberg Infinity palette. I love this palette. I always take it with me when I travel. Not that I travel a lot, but you know what I mean. Because it's so thin, but still it's so sturdy. And this is the first one. And it looks like this. It's not like, woohoo! But, you know, with this palette, I could do eyeshadow. I could do contour, blush, highlight. I could even do an eyeliner if I want to. And I can do brows. And even if I want a little color on the lips, hello, I can just dot. Put some pink on it. And it's excellent. I love this palette. And it's really nice eyeshadow shades. I love that shade for eyeshadow. So, I could go far with this. But then if you have the luxury and the people that is destroying your makeup says that you could get 5 things. I thought about it and I was like, well, I could go without a lip thing. I don't care that much. And now it looks like I'm bleeding here. And I can go without the brow thing, and I can use the other palette for that. And I don't need a foundation, and I don't need a powder, because I think I could probably mix, you know, to make that powder work. So if I have to, you know, I have all those necessities in this one. And I thought, you know, then I can take a eyeshadow palette. And I thought about it, and I was like, well, I have to have a colorful eyeshadow palette. And I want both shimmers and mattes. And the palettes I thought of right away was like, no, there are only mattes in that one. There are only shimmers in that one. And then it just came to me, and I'm so stupid. Like, why didn't I think of this right away? Of course, I would choose the Paulina palette. I have more palettes that would work perfectly. And it's not just because I consider Paulina a friend, but this palette is amazing. It has both mattes and shimmers. And I have a mirror in this one, so I don't need a mirror. And you have pinks, which is one of my favorite colors, and greens and purples, and you can do so many looks with this before you start doing the same look, even though it may not look like that. But I think I would go a really long way when I have these 5 things, and I could make me feel good about myself and my skin, I hope. And that is the next part of this video. I'm actually going to do a look with all these things, and I'm only allowed to use these 5 things to see, you know, if you are being real with what you say. Oh, I hope I haven't shown you. Yeah, never mind. So now I'm going to wash off this paint, and I will be back. By the way, that mask was so hard to take off. That's what I hate about masks. Because there were these tiny, you know, what do you call it? Grainy things. Almost like sand. And it was so hard to take off. But I think I really scrubbed my face at least. And I did not get all the mascara off. Now either. And I'm so afraid that I won't be able to do eyeshadow, because I had to use an oil remover to take off some of the stuff. And yeah. And by the way, I'm soon, I know I've said this a lot of times, but I'm soon starting to record my makeup collection. I think I will do that this weekend, because it will be going up next week. And that's why I have a bit of a mess. But look what look what I got. So I will try to put this somewhere where I could have that in my background. But yeah, so I'm just keeping it there for now. Like that. Okay, so now we're going to do a look with this. And since I only have these things, I'm going to start with concealer. And I do want to use this in more places than I usually do. Angled buff concealer. That sounds like a brush for me, because now I look weird under the eyes as well. But yeah, just doing like this. Why would I like to have a brush like this for this? Do you like that? Can you see? It's like, I don't know. Now I'm going to do a look as if I only had these products and we're going away on something a little more fancy than maybe a family barbecue, I don't know. So I will really try to, you know, be representable or whatever. You can get away with not using foundation. You can get away with that anytime, but you know, in the summer, because everyone knows that it's so hot and sweaty. I'm going to see how dark that powder is that is in this palette, because I think it's too dark for me to use. Let's see. Don't I have a brush for that? Let's use this brush. I'm going to see how dark it is. Now I'm really red because I took off a peeling mask, but I'm using that matte shade in the Lilla Halva palette called Maffei, I don't know. By the way, I may be stupid now, but did you know that the Sultry palette from ABH is limited edition? I did not. They say that it's a holiday release, but I'm like, but it's almost the next holiday. Are you going to take it away? And you know, when people say that you're going to take it away, I'm like, I don't want to buy it. So if it weren't for the fact that they have released a new palette, I would have used my 20% off to buy the Sultry one. But now I don't know which palette I'm going to buy, and if I'm even going to buy something. This is not really fair, but I guess you can't control that. But now I'm talking about this again. But I am red, and my skin is red, but I'm usually not this red. Now it's because I used a mask. How stupid can you be? And by the way, of course, when I said that I could only keep 5 things, I was also allowed to keep all my brushes. So yeah, do I have the camera on in the wrong place? Yeah, maybe. I'm just taking a very fluffy brush and using that powder, because I think if I would pack it on, it's a little too dark for me. But if I use this fluffy brush, I think it will work fine. And the reason I'm doing this is not to necessarily cover up the redness. It does that as well, but it's because I think it's easier to apply powder products if you have powder underneath. Or it is easier, I think, but because then it won't get patchy on my skin. So, jaha, vad gör du? Oh, what time is it? I should have looked that up before. I have to check what time it is. Now I'm back. Because I'm meeting a lot of people today. Am I going to wear this look then? I have not thought this through. But yeah. I am going to live with only these products. So yeah. Let's do like that for now. And now I'm going to use, oh, I have concealer left on my hand, but I'm going to use Cigar as a contour. I actually used that last night when I was doing my makeup, and I actually used the Jouer Tan Lines palette. I did not film it because I had no battery. But yeah, usually I always film when I'm doing my makeup, because if I actually have the energy to do my makeup, even though I love it, then I want to film it. And of course, all these products will work better if you use them in the way you are supposed to use them. Like for instance, I never do my eye makeup without a primer. And there are shadows that will look good either way, but on my eyelids I really need a primer, and I don't have a primer, so that will not look as good as it usually does. And a contour and a blush will look much better on me if I had a foundation. That's just what I think. You may not agree, but that's the way it is. But now we're using these products as, you know, the only thing we have. Maybe I won't be needing blush since I'm so red. So like, stuff is not blending out as well and are not showing up as well as if you would, you know, make a better base. But I think you understand that for yourself, but there are always people, you know, oh, that palette doesn't look so good, as you said. Well, it doesn't have the best vad fan heter förutsättningar? I don't know what it's called. Doesn't have the best basics to do that. Can I cut this out? Klipp ut. Because I don't know how to explain it either. Of course, everything will perform better if you have a better base to work with. Let's just keep it like that. Oh God, what an unnecessary thing to say. And I'm going to take a bit of cigar and Swicky together to make a bronzer, but if I only use Swicky, it's too dark for me. So, because I have done this before, use this. So this is a very good multi-use palette. Last night I was doing makeup and everything, and I had earrings and so on, and I just like, I felt pretty for the first time in like this year maybe. I don't know. It was a nice feeling. Too bad I didn't record, but it had nothing to do with the eye look. It was just, you know, that type of day. And now I'm going to use blush, and there are, where is my brush? This is the best blush brush ever. All the other brushes I have, I could, you know, change for other stuff. And of course this as well, but this is the one I always come back to, is the Real Technique. I think it's called a blush brush, yes. Just make sure you get a real one, not the fake one, because they are not that good. And yeah, it's the best. There is not a blush I can't apply with this, so. And there are both a shimmery one called Andromeda and a matte one called Pinwheel. That one is peachy and shimmery, and that one is pink and matte. And I want the shimmery one. Like that. No, it was not yesterday that I used this, because yesterday I used the Tutti Frutti duos. I have them. I'm going to show you in my monthly haul, but I have them. I don't know if you can see, and my eyes, but I have them all in here, and I use the bronzer and some blush, and also for highlighter. God, can't see. I love this. I'm not, you know, scared of just going out with only mascara and eyeliner and no face makeup, because that's how I did my makeup for the first like 10 years of my life, when I started doing makeup, that is. So it's a while ago. So if I could choose, you know, a good base or a good eye makeup, I would always choose the eye makeup. Because if I just put on a base and not do an eye look, I will look ridiculous. Like that. And I really like that I can see my freckles more when I'm doing this and don't have a foundation on. I'm going to have concealer everywhere, but yeah. Now I'm using, there are two shimmery highlights. It's Virgo and Milky Way. More icy one and more champagne. Oh, people are sending me messages. I want to look. But I'm going to take Milky Way. When did I use this? I think it was when I did my look with the electric palette that did come up like 1 hour ago. Like that. I'm so red on my nose, but we have to live with that. that. And now I'm taking a bit of Virgo just to spice it up a bit. What's wrong with my eye? I must have something in my eye. Because I can't see. It's like, you know, I don't have glasses or lenses or what it's called. Because I don't have... why do I start talking about things I don't know what it's called in English? But, you know, all the people in my family all the people I can think of, we don't have a big family, but they all have glasses or something that makes, you know, their eyesight not as good. That they... What was that? What was that? That they had, you know, they're visually impaired. That's not what it's called. You know what I mean. They have glasses or lenses or whatever. Except for me and my brother, so it will be coming, and I don't really care, but I'm used to having very good eyesight. But my medicine I'm taking, I have been taking it for like 10 years now, but that is making my eyesight not that good. So sometimes I just can't see stuff, and especially when I have a migraine as well, then I can't do nothing because I won't be able to see for real. So sometimes I'm like so frustrated because I know I can see. I have always been able to see. I have very good eyesight, and sometimes the medicine just makes it not that good, and it's just so annoying. I understand that most of the people in the world have this problem, and that I'm lucky to not have that all the time, but at the same time it's very frustrating because I don't have anything to make it better, because, you know, I don't have glasses, so if that happens I can't put on glasses and see better again. That was a long story about nothing. Let's do some eyeshadow. And I thought like, oh, I'm going to do with this, but I actually have this palette. And I could probably have used one of these shades as blush, but why do that when I have the other ones? There it is. Oh, I'm not used to having concealer under my eye, especially not when having nothing here. So it's a very big difference. I should have cleaned my brushes before. I'm so sorry. Like that. And maybe I should use the concealer as a base. Why not try that? I never do that, so maybe making it worse, it may be making it better. My talking today is not that good. Today you can really I can't even say that. But you don't have to listen for that long to understand that this is not my first language. So, well, now I don't want to have that on my hand. Lilla plot. Ligger du på din enhörning? Va? Let's see what we are going to do. And now there's so much stuff here. Let's use this one. Now I'm going to take Humble. If you want this palette, make sure to buy it because it's limited edition, and I don't know how many there are left. But I know that the first time this palette was released, a lot of people were sad that they missed out because it was a limited edition. Then they actually asked if people wanted it to come back for, you know, limited time. And a lot of people, or all people, said yes, of course. So I don't think it will be coming back again after that. We'll see, but I don't think so. So buy it while you can, if this is a palette that interests you, because it's really good quality, and if you like Blush Stripes palettes, you will like this. I love my Blush Stripe palettes. They are so interesting and fun. The only palette that has not worked for me, as I've said in many videos, is the Neon Dreams Revamped palette. But I have the pigments now, the loose pigments that I'm going to try to use instead. And I have gotten the Layla 2 and the Pastel Tribe, so I'm so excited to use them as well. Maybe I will do a series sometimes with the Blush Tribe palettes, but now I have so many series that it will be too much. But when they have ended, I will maybe do something with all of them. Oh, this shade is so nice. And the reason I'm not using the light green, lime green, is because I want it on the lid. And this worked fine without a primer, so that's nice. And I'm not going to do something advanced, so I'm just going to... No, where is that brush? Yeah. Taking the same shade and taking it all the way down to my lower lash line. Gunvald, gnäll inte, är du snäll. I don't know, can you see him? Can you see how he lays with his paws, like? Yeah. Oh, like that, I think. This video is going to be super long for some reason. I thought it was going to be a short one, but... like that. And now I'm taking the same brush, it's the one from Baby Beauty, and I'm taking Sigge. It's the more darker green matte. Just putting it out here. Sluta peep. He's doing like this, you know, scream on the inside, I call it. I can hear you. This worked better than I thought without my super primer, but I don't know how the staying power will be. I don't know if you say it like that, but because usually eyeshadow crease on me. That. Now I'm going to want to use the lime called Friends. It's my favorite, and I haven't made such a dent in it. Sorry, I have to take this closer. And this is without the primer. I'm impressed. I have a concealer on, of course, but I'm so used to the only thing that works is my eyeshadow primer. And now I'm just making the transition a bit smoother. That. If I hadn't had this palette, I would do something with the Swicky shade in the Linda Hallberg palette. Like that. So pigmented, this shade, it goes right on top of the other dark shades. That's amazing. And now I'm going to take the shimmery shade called Soli. And I can't spray it because I don't have a spray. I spray all my shimmer shades no matter how good they are, but I'm going to get fallout. It was not that bad at least. Oh, but I have a lot of green I can see now here. From the Friends shade because I really packed that on. Pipa inte. This worked really good without spraying it. If I would spray this now, it would just be for not getting that much fallout. Really liked it, and I'm taking it a bit up as well. Because I prefer to have shimmers in the inner corner. Just dragging it up. I love these shades. That looked so pretty. It did exactly what I was hoping for. Now I'm going to take a bit more of Sigge, the really dark green. Like that. And yeah, I actually have a black. It's a really good black in this one. The Linda Hallberg. And I'm just going to take, where is it? A teeny tiny, I hope. But if I can remember, this is not like black, it's the one you can build up. I hope. Because I just want a little bit to darken it up. Like that. So I don't want, you know, when people see this, they will be like, oh, you have black. I just want to darken it up a bit. And this is excellent for that. Like that. And now I'm going to take my teeny tiny fluff brush. Where is it? There. And taking again Friends. And now I've only used 4 shades in this palette, and I came up with this look. Like, imagine if you have all the 9 shades. And I'm just taking Friends here. It brings me so much joy that a palette that is made, because you know it's not Paulina that has made it, but she has the, you know what I mean, that a palette that my friend has done with a brand is one of my absolute favorites. It's not like, you know, of course if there is a palette that someone I know has made with someone, I will love that, even if it would be crap. I would say that I don't like it that much, but it will still have a place in my heart. But this is one of my, I would say, I think I would say top 5 of my palettes. And you know I have more than 1,500 palettes. God, I'm shimmering the nose. So it just makes me so happy that I really love this palette. Like that. I love it. And now we're going to do eyeliner. I'm going to do something that I just realized I don't know what it's called in English, but it's called fransmarkering in Swedish. And it's when you take, for instance, a black and a shadow, or sometimes I use a pen to draw on the lash line at the top here, and that is because I want them to be more intense. Because if I just put on mascara and an eyeliner, since I have so light lashes, there will sometimes be a gap and it looks ridiculous. And when I take a black shadow like this, it looks better. Gunvald? You know, if you have a good eyeshadow primer, it's no worries to lift the eyelid with the shadow on, because it will stay on. Du, Pipolle, du får vänta. Well, I have obviously gotten something in my eye that I hope I will blink away, or I don't know if you say that, if you say wink away. But I'm just going to take, or maybe, I don't know if any of these are lip safe. I know this one is because Linda Hallberg always does like that, but I'm just going to take a bit of Angel on my finger. And I have black on my finger, that's not good. I know this works with the Linda Hallberg, but I want to see if it works with this palette as well. I'm just taking a little bit. I'm not expecting it to look like it does in the pan, but I just want to give myself a little bit more color here. Just a little bit. I don't know if you can see a difference, but I can. Now I'm going to take Thing-a-ling, which is the shimmery one. And I'm using different fingers. Just patting it on. Like that. And now I'm going to do my brows. I'm going to use a little bit of Swicky. Just a little bit. I know people can do much better brows with this palette than I'm going to do, but you know, if you usually watch my channel, that I'm not a brow person, so I'm just, you know, doing a little bit to mark the brows. I really like that shade. Oh god, I got it too far down here. I'm going to fix that, but I really love this shade on the lips, actually. I'm going to use the concealer for that. You can tell me which your 5 things is. What you would have picked for 5 things, and what is the one thing you have to have if you can only pick one. Like that. And now I'm just going to use a little bit of the concealer. Little bit, like that. I was not very careful. And I placed it. Like that. I think I'm done. And I think this looks good. The only difference is that I can see more of my real face. I'm more red here than I usually am. And I can see more freckles, but that doesn't bother me at all. And yeah. This eyeshadow palette works excellent without a primer. That's so nice to see. Now I'm only curious to see how it looks. Where is my brush? If it will crease, but that is not the shadow's fault. That is my lid's fault. Sorry, I just want to blend it a bit more there. And the other things, it works fine. I really like the brows and the lips. Just to have something on the lips, you know. And the contouring and blush and highlight and everything. So I'm just looking like a more red Jessica because I'm so white here. But yeah. So I hope you liked this video. And the reason I'm calling it a series is because I thought I could do this with, you know, if I could only pick 5 highlighters or 5 whatever. I may not do it soon, but then I will be able to do that if I want to. And it's nice to see that my nose doesn't look fucked up, because it usually do when I have foundation on it. But I can't do foundation on the whole face and don't do my nose, because it will look super red. But yeah, a long video, but I really like it. I like this look, and so that was all for today. See you soon. Bye.